Good evening, friends. Thanks for your comments, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's session with MRB on the possible ban of Twitter and Facebook in India. The compliance deadline for social media sites expired today. WhatsApp moves to Delhi High Court over government's new IT rules and denounces the rule saying tracking source against privacy. WhatsApp policy is discriminatory, argues government sources, as app calls IT rules illegal hours after WhatsApp moved Delhi HC against the centre's new IT guidelines. Sources in the government India have hit back, citing the app's privacy policy. The Delhi High Court, WhatsApp now moved the Delhi High Court challenging the centre's recent rules for social media intermediaries. Sources within the union government have now said that it is WhatsApp's policy that is discriminatory and that it harms the data security of Indians. This comes after WhatsApp refused to comply with the new IT rules, claiming that it was allegedly against the freedom of speech and expression. As per sources, the centre has categorically stated that it had sought the removal of WhatsApp's privacy policy 2021, as it harmed data security and user choice in India. Further, the centre has also pointed out that WhatsApp's policy was discriminatory in nature towards India as compared to its policy for European users, and said that it did comply with IT rules there. Sources added BJP and BJP in return asks, what does WhatsApp fear? I would request BJP to start acting and not arguing. Investigate if they have a mole in the Delhi HC who will help them. You need to find out the assets of the people there trying to help foreign social media sites. You have to preempt what these people are doing and not vice versa. Just ban these apps and go ahead with Coup and Twitter and Telegram. Many of us are using Telegram, which is a safe device. So I would suggest to all the viewers, kindly move to Telegram and make WhatsApp actually bankrupt. That is the best way to cripple them. The latest news is that the CBI gets a new director, Subodh Kumar Jaiswal, Director General of the CISF and an IPS officer from the 1985 batch Maharashtra cadre. He was named the CBI director yesterday. It was learned that CJI Ramanna pointed out that the March 2019 guidelines of the Supreme Court on an application by retired IPS officer Prakash Singh made it clear that no officer with less than 6 months to retirement should be appointed a state police chief. By invoking this direction in the appointment of a CBI chief, the CJI may have set a precedent that could also apply to a selection of chiefs for the IB and RAW. The CJI was firm on this principle, and opposition leader Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary backed him. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, head of the panel, was learned to have said that the rule of law should be followed in the selection process. Now, we on our part sure hope that the new CBI chief will bring some much needed progress in the SSR and Disha case. Meanwhile, in the Anil Deshmukh case, Bombay High Court adjourns the hearing of Maharashtra government plea against CBI probe. The petition said that the FIR registered shows it was intended to give material to opposition parties to destabilize Maharashtra government. The vacation bench of the Bombay High Court on Wednesday, which was hearing the petition filed by the Maharashtra government seeking to set aside FIR registered by the CBI against the former State Home Minister Anil Deshmukh and other unknown persons, adjourned the hearing to June 8th. The government plea included removing 2 unnumbered paragraphs in the corruption FIR registered by CBI on April 21st. This came after the state government agreed to the CBI's contention that the matter should be heard by the same bench led by Chief Justice Dipankar Datta, which on April 5 had directed to conduct the preliminary probe into the allegations made by former Mumbai Police Commissioner Paramveer Singh against Anil Deshmukh, provided the CBI did not press for certain documents from the state related to offences mentioned in the FIR till the next hearing. One of the paragraphs in the CBI FIR challenged by the Maharashtra government stated that the central agency, in its preliminary inquiry, had found that former State Home Minister Anil Deshmukh was aware of the reinstatement of the now suspended Assistant Police Inspector API Sachin Waze into the police after 15 years, and sensitive and sensational cases were being given to Waze for investigation. Waze is being probed by the NIA for his alleged role in the Ambani House terror scare case and the subsequent murder of businessman Mansukh Hiren. The second unnumbered paragraph stated that Anil Deshmukh and others exercised undue influence over the transfer and postings of police officers as alleged by former Mumbai CP Paramveer Singh. The plea filed by the state government said that the registration of FIR on these two issues showed it was intended to give material to opposition parties to destabilize Maharashtra government. A vacation bench of Justice S.J. Khatawala and Justice S.P. Tawre was hearing on the plea by the state government seeking directions to set aside the two paragraphs from the April 21 FIR. The state government has moved HC on April 30th. On May 6th, the court had granted liberty to the state government to move its petition before the vacation bench. The court inquired from ASG Raju whether the CBI had agreed to not act on the letters addressed by it to the state government, requiring them to give certain documents, to which Raju answered in the affirmative. The bench accepted the statement made by CBI and noted it is made clear that the statement made on behalf of CBI will continue up to June 9th. Meanwhile, how typical of Netflix. It's just as arrogant as Twitter. The NCPCR pulls up Maharashtra government for not filing an FIR against Netflix series Bombay Begum's makers. Children were shown snorting drugs in the show. In a scathing letter, the NCPCR accused the Mumbai police of delaying registration of FIR against the makers of Bombay Begum and even not giving any attention to the Commission's written request. On Wednesday, the National Commission for Protection of Child's Rights wrote a scathing letter to Maharashtra Home Secretary and Mumbai Police Commissioner, accusing them of deliberately delaying action against the makers of the controversial Netflix series Bombay Begums, the one in which you have Pooja Bhatt. The NCPCR said that the complainants have accused the makers of showing children to be indulging in snorting drugs and taking indecent pictures and selfies in the classroom. As portraying and glorifying these acts by children and publishing the same in the country went against the spirits of laws made for the protection and welfare of children, and therefore any act of aforesaid nature, the NCPCR had deemed the contents of the show as objectionable and had asked the streaming service to stop such publication. In March this year, the Commission had also asked Netflix to submit an action taken report within 24 hours, failing which it said it would be constrained to initiate appropriate legal action. However, as per NCPCR, Netflix did not act on the Commission's complaint, but merely gave a justification for all objectionable scenes from the series highlighted by the Commission. In its letter to the Maharashtra government, the Commission said that the makers had violated Section 77 of Juvenile Justice Act 2015, and the Commission then had asked the Mumbai Commissioner of Police to investigate the matter, ensuring that no child labor laws, any other relevant laws or guidelines to regulate child participation in TV serials, reality shows, and advertisements is violated. The Commission said they had requested DCP Enforcement Mumbai on April 12, requesting him to register an FIR against the series Bombay Begums, streaming on Netflix for violating various provisions of the Juvenile Justice Act 2015 and POCSO. However, despite instructions from the Commission, the Mumbai police has not registered any complaint against the makers of the controversial series, saying that they require permission from higher authorities. As this matter falls in the grey area and without the approval of higher offices, they can't lodge an FIR in the matter. The Commission fails to understand that how a cognizable offence UL Section 77 of Juvenile Justice Act 2015 falls in the grey area, and why Mumbai police is not willing to register an FIR. Despite this being a cognizable offence, NCPCR said in its letter to Manukumar Srivastava, Additional Chief Secretary. In a scathing letter, the NCPCR accused the Mumbai police of delaying registration of FIR against the makers of Bombay Begum and even not giving any attention to the Commission's written request. Since this is a serious issue where police is not following the laid procedure of the land, hence you are requested to look into this matter and ensure that no further child rights and law of land is violated in this matter, the NCPCR chief wrote to Maharashtra government. The NCPCR has also requested that an action taken report may be furnished to the Commission within the next 3 days. Bombay Begum portrays children objectionably, normalizes casual sex by minors. In March, the NCPCR took cognizance of online outrage after several Twitter users called out the OTT platforms for its latest web series, Bombay Begums, for wrongfully depicting children. The notice issued by the Commission said that from normalizing casual sex by minors, web series are now normalizing the use of drugs among children. However, neither Maharashtra government has taken action against the makers of the series, nor has Netflix removed the objectionable contents. Why does this remind you of the arrogant attitude of Twitter and WhatsApp? As million love jihad cases have been caught in India, yet another one raises its ugly head. Shahenshah Khan poses as Brahmin to marry a Hindu woman in Uttar Pradesh, later assaults her after identity is revealed. The woman, who is a resident of Maharajganj district in the Visheshwarganj area of Bahraich, alleged that Shahenshah Khan lured her into marriage by posing as a Hindu. In another case of alleged grooming jihad, a Hindu woman in Uttar Pradesh has filed a complaint against her Muslim husband on May 18th for marrying her posing as a Hindu. She also accused him of rape and assault. On the basis of the charges, the police have registered a case against Shahenshah Khan, a resident of Sarkahi village, under relevant sections of the anti-conversion law and other sections of the IPC. The complaint was filed at Vishweshwarganj police station, in which the 22-year-old Hindu woman Sita and that Shahenshah Khan married her posing as a Brahmin. Later, when the identity was revealed, he forced her to have physical relationship with him. 2 members of her family have been abusing and beating her since, alleged the woman in her complaint. The Muslim man drugged and raped her after his identity was revealed, alleges the Uttar Pradesh woman. An investigation is underway and the husband is being questioned in the case, informed Additional Superintendent of Police Kumar Gyana Jaya Singh. The woman, who is a resident of Maharajganj district in the Vishweshwarganj area of Bahraich, alleged that he had lured her into marriage by posing as a Hindu. Shahenshah Khan's identity was only revealed when the victim reached her in-laws' house after her wedding. When the girl protested, the accused drugged her and forcibly raped her. The victim further alleged that she was administered high doses of drugs and was held hostage for several consecutive days by the accused. She further said that 2 members of the family abused and assaulted her when she put up a fight. During the investigation, it was found that the woman used to talk to Khan on phone, and the two got married about 3 months ago. They used to have frequent fights and then often approached the police, who used to send them home after reconciliation. On Tuesday, however, the woman made these serious allegations against her husband. Prima facie, the charges under provisions of the Uttar Pradesh Prohibition of Unlawful Conversion of Religious Ordinance seem suspicious, said the Additional Superintendent of Police, Kumar Singh, further adding that an investigation is underway and the husband is being questioned. Meanwhile, there seems to be a lot of attack against Baba Ramdev. The IMA thinks they can continue to bully Baba Ramdev, who is our yoga and Ayurvedic icon. He is a man who is respected by all Indians. Now, IMA sue him for rupees 1,000 crores over his statement on allopathic medicine. Following controversial remarks made by Baba Ramdev over the efficacy of modern medicine, the IMA continues to bully and threaten the yoga guru as they have now want to sue him for his statements. Days after that, the yoga guru fired 25 questions to the IMA and pharma companies over the efficacy of the allopathic treatment. The IMA has sent a defamation notice to him. In the latest turn of events, the IMA Uttarakhand division has sent a 1,000 crore defamation notice to Baba Ramdev for his statements on allopathic medicines. Meanwhile, Bhaijan Salman Khan sues Kamal R. Khan for a review on Radhe. KRK had called him Dadu, Sallu Dadu in his broken English. Corona damages lungs, this film damages brain, he said. To watch this film in Corona times is as risky as going to crowded places without masks, KRK says, while giving a 1-star rating to the movie. Bollywood actor Salman Khan has sent a defamation notice to self-proclaimed best film critic and actor director Kamal R. Khan for his review of Radhe, Your Most Wanted Bhai. Later, he shared the news on his social media account and said that this defamation notice is a proof of Salman Khan's disappointment. I said so many times that I never review a film of any producer or actor if he asks me not to review. Salman Khan filed a defamation case on me for review of Radhe means he's getting too much affected by my review. Hence, I won't review his films anymore. My last video releasing today, he tweeted. On May 13, KRK had reviewed Salman Khan's latest release, Radhe, Your Most Wanted Bhai, where he kept referring to Salman Khan as Dadu, which in English means grandfather. KRK has said that in action scenes, it was quite evident that some of the scenes were done by Salman Khan's duplicate or body double. He said that the people on the set would have noticed the difference between the two, but they must be too afraid of Salman Khan to point it out, because they would have said Dadu would have asked him not to come to sets anymore. He further refers to the lead heroine and love interest, Disha Patni, as Salman Khan's granddaughter. Disha is a model, and when Dadu meets her for the first time, he tells her that he also wants to become a model. That means Sallu Dadu's age is about 20, 22. And Disha starts calling him Bholu, cute boy. After this, in the rest of the movie, she keeps calling him Bholu, cute boy. After this, Sallu Dadu also removes his shirt in one scene, and VFX team has done a great job. They have put up his 25-year-old on this face. They have put up his 25-year-old on this face, he says in the review. The grandfather and granddaughter, Salman and Disha, keep meeting throughout the film, and there are random songs. When there are songs, it is a relief because there is no story in the film. So at least there is something to see in the songs, KRK says. The story is a blot on the name of stories, screenplay is a mental torture, and dialogues are disgusting, he adds. You all know that VFX Salman Khan's Dadu does not know acting. He does all the scenes in the same expression. So obviously he has acted as badly as he is an actor, Khan says. KRK in his unique English style thus slices the actor and rips him apart. Meanwhile, talking about the series Family Man 2, Manoj Bajpayee, filmmakers Raj and DK respond as Tamil Nadu seeks a ban on the Family Man 2 and say they have utmost respect towards the Tamil people. Raj and DK, the directors of Amazon Prime Video web series, The Family Man Season 2, have responded to the calls for banning the series. Noting that assumptions have been made based on a few shots in the trailer. Requesting people to wait for the show, they said utmost pains have been taken to present a sensitive, balanced, and riveting story. The same statement has been shared by the show's cast, including Manoj Bajpayee and Sharif Hashmi, on their social media handles. On Monday, the Tamil Nadu government had requested the Information and Broadcasting Ministry to either stop or ban the release of the Family Man 2 Season 2 for allegedly depicting the Elam Tamils in a negative light. In a letter to the INB Minister Prakash Javadekar, Tamil Nadu IT Minister T. Mano Tangaraj said the trailer presented Tamilians in a highly objectionable manner, and there was an attempt to discredit the struggle of the Elam Tamils in Sri Lanka. Raj and DK said in a statement, some assumptions and impressions have been made based on just a couple of shots in the trailer. Many of our lead cast members, as well as key members of the creative and writing teams, are Tamilians. We are very cognizant of the sentiments of the Tamil people and Tamil culture and have nothing but the utmost love and respect towards our Tamil people. Requesting everyone to watch the show first, they added. We have put in years of hard work into this show, and we've taken great pains to bring to our audiences a sensitive, balanced, and riveting story, much like we did in season 1 of the show. We request everyone to wait and watch the show when it releases. We know you'll appreciate it once you watch. The TN minister, Tamil Nadu minister, pointed to the portrayal of actor Samantha Akineni in the film Family Man 2 trailer in his letter, branding Tamil-speaking actress Samantha as a terrorist in the serial is directly an attack on the pride of Tamils living around the world, and no one will tolerate this kind of motivated and mischievous campaign, he said. I would like to bring you on to your notice about the condemnable, inappropriate, and malicious contents of the Family Man 2 serial in Hindi, which depicts the Elam Tamils in a highly objectionable manner. The trailer of the above said serial, which was released in the social media network, is aiming at discrediting and distorting the historical struggle of Elam Tamils in Sri Lanka, read a section of the letter. Now, coming to Karan Johar. Can this man turn even more vulgar? No. Karan Johar, who must have celebrated his birthday yesterday with his gang of friends, despite the fact that COVID lockdown has shut the entire nation, does not follow rules. But then, do rules apply to these Bollywoodies? No, because Maharashtra protects them. Meanwhile, Karan Johar has jokingly turned down Neha Dhupia's marriage proposal thrice because he says he didn't like her body parts. He uses his networking skills to launch celebrities and also become Cupid for celebrities. But did you know how Neha Dhupia proposed to him thrice for marriage with him? Karan Johar once made an appearance on Neha Dhupia's popular talk show, No Filter Neha, where the two engaged in a friendly banter. During her talk show, she revealed that she proposed to him for marriage, jokingly thrice, but he turned it down. She also revealed that he wasn't interested in her because he had no interest in any of her body parts. Neha said, I have proposed marriage to Karan thrice at different places as a joke, and each time he's turned me down. He is the only man to whom I have proposed marriage to. Apart from all the reasons he gave me for turning me down, one of them was this. Karan Johar, in his biography, An Unsuitable Boy, which is being published by Penguin Books, revealed that he lost his virginity at the age of 26. As quoted by India Today, the filmmaker in his book wrote, it was New York, it was right after Kuch Kuch Hota Hai had released, and there was a little bit of confidence that had stepped up within. And we went to something called the Bollywood Awards. I remember being in this hotel and not realizing what being picked up means, till the person got quite specific, and I felt really great about myself because I was all of 140 kilos. I landed up having sex, and I actually was very grateful to that person. And I remember going to St. Patrick's Cathedral and thanking the good Lord after that, Karan added. I don't know whether this piece of news is amusing or it's just, perverse humor. Meanwhile, filmmaker Vikram Bhatt commented about how, Alia Bhatt and he and Mahesh Bhatt were trolled for releasing the Gangubai trailer amidst the pandemic. Reacting to the same, the filmmaker said, as we speak, even now, I'm getting trolled by a lot of people over here. But the skin of an entertainer should be thick. In earlier days, where there used to be plays, and when people wouldn't like it, they would throw rotten tomatoes on the artists. And the same people, if they would like to play, they would throw flowers, sometimes even chappals. We are Bhand Barazi, Bhand people, should understand that our work is only this. People will either throw stones or flowers, but people will throw something or the other. So be ready. If one wants fame and one wants people to meet them and like them, there will be some people who will not like them too. Having said that, the filmmaker also admits that some trolls only indulge in such behavior because of the response it elicits. They don't believe in it, but they say it for the heck of it. A lot of people in cinema halls end up saying such things. When there is a kissing scene, people scream, "Ay puppy Lely, he kissed her." And I have grown up in such stalls. अगर लोग नहीं रहेंगे तो हमारी फिल्में कौन देखेगा? If these people don't exist, who will watch our films? But I must tell you that these people praise you as well when they love your work. I don't give importance to trolling. But I don't log on to Twitter because I feel over there people go to abuse you only, he stated. You're sadly mistaken, Vikram Bhatt. This time, no one is going to watch your film, except your chacha, your mama, or your poti, an extended family. That's all. Nobody else. That's all the news for now, friends. Let me have a look at your comments as well. Good evening, Ritu. Welcome. Thank you, Sadik, for joining us from Mauritius. Always happy to see you. Thank you, Dhruv. Good evening. सिमरनजीत इतना सही रिव्यू किया था KRK ने एकदम सही था एब्सोल्युटली नन्नी सुबह good evening Nani Kirtana Tina ma'am accused number 1 enjoying her life why is NCB taking such a long time to challenge her bail how long CBI will take to arrest very disappointing patience is going ma'am yes Kirtana now that the CBI chief has been appointed yesterday let's hope for some action in this front Rekha Nair, good evening, Rekha. How are you? Nisha, hi, Meena, got occupied trying to decipher coup. Yes, most of the people are making an exodus to coup and to Twitter. Friends, you can join either one of these Indian WhatsApp, so sorry, apps. Pooja, thank you, Pooja, for joining. Parul, good evening. Hello, Seema, how are you? Thank you for your kind words. Kirtana, is it possible to bring Gaurav Pradhan on your channel? He's got vast knowledge of what's happening in India politics. We'll try. We'll try to do that, Kirtana. He also knows about the dark side of Bollywood. Sure. Pooja, Raman, you're doing very nice work for SSR. God bless you. Thank you, Pooja. Makes me feel good. Hi, Nitin. Good evening. Good evening, bad boy. Hello, Nelson. Soumya, good evening. Nanisu, ma'am, even though I'll have said that I'll miss the state starting, so I didn't come to know what news you gave about action on Twitter and FB. Nothing as yet, Nani Sood. Still waiting because today they were supposed to, take some action. Let us see what the government is going to do. It's just that WhatsApp has approached the Delhi High Court. Nani Sood, in a country where you have people who can sell their souls for money, such foreign social media apps, have a good time because anybody can be bought, and that is the biggest problem that patriots have. And this happens to me too. I wonder why. Is there anything fishy about the new rule in selecting the present CBI chief? No, I don't think so, Nanisur. I believe this man has a very good record. The new CBI director has a very good record, is what I'm told. And please confirm when we get justice for SSR or Disha Sarib. Let's hope now that the CBI chief has been appointed, that things will move faster, Dharmendra. Nanisur? Okay. Perhaps ma'am will know why this issue happens and can rectify. I'll check it out, Nanisur, because I think this is the third time you're facing it. PM. Nanisur? The selection of this new is good for Sushant's case or not. I read that Congress is very happy with this chief. That itself is suspicious. Again, see here, fake news can write whatever they choose. So I'm not sure whether they are trying to provoke you, as a reader. So I believe that he's got a very good record. Let's hope that something good happens. Good evening, Satya. Thank you for joining. Dhruv, justice for Disha and SSR. Friends, if you like this video, please press the bell icon and also subscribe. It helps me a lot. Ushma, welcome, Ushma. Charlotte, good evening, Charlotte. How are you? Ma'am, what is your opinion? Yes, I'm positive, Dhruv, that something good should happen because, like I told you, he seems to have a very good record. Divine living trends, it's very clear who is after Baba Ramdev long back, and from IMA, their person may be there. See, there are two things. One thing is that, see, Baba Ramdev is the most successful, I would say, entrepreneur in, whatever he has done. And he's a yoga and Ayurvedic icon, and he's a big threat to the pharma lobby. So all this stands against him, but we as Indians should stand with him and support him. True? Yes, KRK. Very amusing. Yeah, Kamal Khan, who's made fun of Salman Khan's movie and given a very funny review, Priyadarshi. Nani sir? Yeah, yeah. Sallu Dada would have preferred that Masand fellow to help. Unfortunately, Corona kept Masand occupied and no news of him. Absolutely, teacher. Himanshu, oh, thank you. So sweet of you. Resh, how is it a defamation case if you give a critically honest review? Yes, this is something even I don't understand. Absolutely, Resh. You can write a bad opinion or you could write a good opinion. This is absolutely up to you. And that's why it's called a review. I don't know what this fellow see, but then if money changes hands, anybody can be bought. And you know how rich Salman Khan is. Sumit, Arey madam, kuch kaam bhi kar lo. What sort of kaam do you want me to do, Sumit? If that is sarcasm, it has gone above my head. Nanisur, everything about Kiranji is perverse, man. Yes, absolutely. Is the BJP's lack of protection towards its workers in Bengal rings a similar bell to them refusing to stand up for their other assets like Goswami and Liaquat? No, they did support them. Don't say that because uh, BJP did support Arnab towards the end, and that's what some certain people had said on Republic TV itself. So, Chanda, well done, SK. Yes. Nani, so Sumit ma'am is doing her work in what is giving. Thank you. Thanks for the news update. Thank you, Nani sir. Prachi Joshi, good evening, ma'am. Always a pleasure to watch your news updates. Thank you, and always thank you as well for joining me. Himanshu, not your mistake. If you study well, you can understand. Thank you, Himanshu. Thank you, Anna, for joining. Dhruv, thank you, ma'am, for your updates. Thank you so much, friends. Trupti, ma'am, what about? Yes, I believe that it is good, Trupti. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping for some, something good to come out of this, and hopefully we'll get justice for SSR. Yes, this is what I believe. Apurva, please find out about Disha and also SSR's patents. Today is Disha's birthday. Yes, we all wish her a soul a happy birthday. She was a very simple and sweet, beautiful girl. Hope the new CBI chief gets cracking and we get to hear some news. Yes, Nisha. Welcome, Sunanda. Tripti, Nisha, same here, yes. Anshuman, ma'am, I like your contents. Thank you so much, Anshuman. Geeta, join late, we'll watch this session. Justice for Sushant and Disha, absolutely. Thanks, ma'am. Thank you. Ma'am, you're doing nice work. Still request to one session on Pitani. I believe he was also planted in. Sure, we'll do that. Amit, hello. Hello, Raman. What about the new? Is he going to do something? Yes, that's what I believe. He's got a good record and hopefully he'll go on the path of righteousness. Kohli, happy birthday to Disha, the pure soul. Anshuman, I like your content. Very informative and specific. Please keep it up, your hard work. Thank you so much, Anshuman. That makes me feel so good. Nanisur, okay, ma'am, keeping fingers crossed. Daphne, happy birthday to Disha. Yes. At least it was not a blind review that KRK gave. For nice one, Nisha. Dr. Pushpalata, people like KRK give paid reviews. But here I think he made a mistake. He did it for free because he was so angry. Mahesh Bhatt, 14 June, Instagram dekho. Could you tell us what it was, Anand? Sharmila, we wait for your show, ma'am. You revive confidence in us. Thank you, Sharmila. And Rock, hi, Meena, KRK has roasted Salman Khan by grilling him over the fire of truth. Just enjoyed reading it. Joan D'Souza, hello, Meena ma'am. Thank you for greeting each one of us. You're absolutely lovely, wonderful, so graceful. Thank you for all your hard work. God bless you all. Joan, it's always nice to meet each one of you because each one of you motivates me to do better, and that itself is very, I feel so positive about that. Thank you, Joan. सुमित तुम्हारा पास भी की बात नहीं चुप करो. KRK was bribed with 25 lakhs by Kejo in past to criticize Ajay Devgan movie. It's a big game. Yes, Dr. Pushpalata, I am also not fond of this character. He, is like a chameleon. He changes colors whenever he chooses. Tripti, where is Arnabji? This, see, I was told that he's, resting. He's taken some leave. So let us see. I mean, if the team say that he's okay. Sanjay Doma, good evening, Sanjay. Papri Bain, please give your honest opinion on CBI team working on SSR case. You're one of the most honest person fighting for SSR. Thank you so much. Papri, see, I was expecting Rakesh Asthana to come back, but they have rules now that see, if they have only 6 months of working period, then they can't, be appointed as the CBI chief. And that's how this person has been appointed. But from what we gather, his references are good, and also the fact that see, he has a good record. So I'm hoping that see, things will be speeded up, and we will get a proper conclusion to the SSR and Disha death. Raman, Tripti, I'm going to ask something. Ma'am, I'm new to your channel from now on. I'll always watch your foot. We want justice for SSR and Disha Sarin. Absolutely. Right from the time that was the June when he died, that's 13th, 14th, we've been working on this. We have not, given up, and we don't intend to give up until he gets justice. Dr. Pushpalata, it's political intent that matters, not yes. Man, we want to see you. Arnab debate also on Republic. Hopefully, Imanshu. Let's wait for him to come back. Mutsi Hule, thank you for your hard work for justice for Disha, Sushant and Disha. Thank you, Mutsi. Man, you laugh when you talk about game. Absolutely. Raman, that fellow makes me laugh because, first of all, the way he writes, and then, the kind of anger Salman would have against him for writing, that he's an old man. Dadu. Anand Keshav, 14 June, Instagram, status with blood. Okay, I'll have a look at that, Anand. The day SSR died. Dr. Pushpalata, awesome work, best wishes. Thank you, Dr. Pushpalata. So sweet of you. Sharmila, sometimes drugs are beneficial. The truth comes out like for KRK. Absolutely. Papri, people like you help us to keep our faith intact on media. Yes, there are quite a few of us, Papri, and we normally join hands and we come on each other's show so that it gives you more motivation. Beautiful sun earrings, Meena. It takes all the shine of KRK's Gadis. And rock, that's humor at its best. Raman, KRK is funny sometimes. Dadu, yes. And also something friends that I've noticed, what Twitter is now doing, is that, see, they are giving, a 2-minute slot to celebrities, to push their agenda. So since Break India forces are at, in full force, this is going to be another agenda. Mark my words, friends. See, they're going to use celebrities to break India. How I noticed is that they used a Kerala actress to talk about COVID. She has absolutely no idea of what it's all about. She was speaking like some Einstein for 2 minutes. It made us all laugh. Then I read somewhere that Twitter is going to pay these people as well for these 2 minutes. So now you know who all are going to jump into this bandwagon. So this is something. This is an area you should watch out for, and also to criticize. Sanjay Shinde just joined. Don't need to worry about the new CBI. MHA is already concerned due to his appointment. Yes, and I also believe that uh, someone as admirable, friends, I want you to listen to this clearly, viewers, that someone like someone of the status of Doval also has high regard for him, which is why I'm telling you that I'm very positive, and I'm hoping, that this case gets us, SSR case and the Disha case gets the impetus that it needs. Nancy, sorry I'm very late. Doesn't matter, Nancy. Thank you for joining. Your presence matters. Thank you. Salman Khan has a tough time to believe that he has become. That is absolutely amusing. Lakshmi, I think that's when they sort of touch the images of Salman Khan. It's like perhaps it's like a blank canvas where they have to start all over again. To put in the nose and eyes and the lips, because if they put him with all the wrinkles, he'll look stone aged. And also another thing, Lakshmi, is that since this movie has also failed, he's now going to appear in SRK's Pathan, for a small scene. So they're so desperate that each Khan is trying to help the other Khan. Ginny, guys, boycott, yes, these products. Bingo, Kurkure. Yes, please, friends. Please note them and try your best to boycott them. So we're talking about Bingo, Kurkure, Coca-Cola, Trisem shampoo, L'Oreal shampoo, Flipkart, Jio, Nykaa, Lipton green tea. So that's Lipton green tea, Lux, Boost, Yippee noodles, Knorr soups. Knorr, I think, would spell as Knorr. These are endorsed by Draghi Wood. Absolutely, Ginny. Very, very thoughtful of you to put it across. Friends, all of you try to boycott products that are endorsed by Bullyweed. Nani Sood, true, ma'am. I did read that Ajit Doval is mentor of this film. This is what is giving me a lot of hope, Nani Sood. Thank you, Divine Living. Truly wonderful session. Thank you, Andrea, as always, for joining and giving me such lovely comments. Trupti, once they cross 50, Bollywood should understand and do Dadu role or yes, Trupti. Welcome, Asha Rani. Good evening, Pankaj. Thank you for joining. Ma'am, do you think CBI knows SSR's real time of death, which is still unknown for people? Is Maharashtra taking due advantage of COVID-19? Is it possible Salman Khan and KRK are national jokers? See, Papri, I think with the coming of the new chief, as we said, he's coming backed by top people who we trust, like Ajit Doval. And I'm sure that this will be solved soon. And all these things that you say, the time of death and all, should be coming out, And as you said, these two people are truly jokers. Lakshmi, Sushant has clearly shown him who he was or still is, and of course, ma'am, he'll help everyone in the cameo roles. That's the only way all movies can flop. Yes. Good evening, Subramanya. Welcome. Thank you for joining. So that's all for now, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's come with something different tomorrow. Join me at the same time. Good night.